Rutherford just talked about Kuzmenko and said he's going to score someday, either for the Canucks or some other team. Boy, watching him sit on that bench for the entire third period last night, wow. And he's in trouble. No points, 9 games, confidence, defensive mistakes, the turnover. How are they going to fix this?
Oh, man. I mean, it doesn't feel like the right fit, right? It just doesn't feel like the right fit for system, coach, player. Like, it just feels like it's not working out. And I agree with Rutherford, by the way. Like, I don't think we don't have a huge sort of baseline or sample of Kuzmenko's NHL career. Frankly, we don't have a huge sample of him being an elite player in the KHL either, Rick, right? Like, this is a late bloomer, but since the age of 25, he's been a super productive offensive player, right? This is a guy who, we've seen it. Like, we've seen him protect the puck down low and find a teammate with a, feathered pass to a quiet area of the ice. We've seen him score in bunches at the net front. We've seen him deflect shots. We've seen him make incredibly skilled plays. We've seen him break games, and we've seen him break games against really good teams. You think about the Florida Panthers game earlier this year in Sunrise. I think this is a guy who can complement elite players. I think this is a guy who can amplify in meaningful ways the finishing ability of top players. It's just that the way that this team plays now, you can think about it in your mind's eye. Like, if you're not fast, if you're not really, really fast, and most of the wingers on this team at this point are really, really fast, right? You think about Mikheyev, you think about Lafferty, you think about Höglander, you think about Garland, right? Like, most of the wingers on this team have speed, and those that don't, right, those that aren't high-end skaters, although I think Brock Besser added a step this past summer, they're winning battles in bunches on the wall, right? I mean, Brock Besser, I know we're talking about the goal totals, but guy's been a monster at winning 50-50 pucks at the wall and also at the offensive blue line. Like, his forechecking game has fed his goal totals, right? You're not seeing that with Kuzmenko. You're not seeing the battles won, and you're not seeing the speed. And, I just kind of wonder, like, I don't know if it's a fit just in terms of the north-south style of game that this team wants to play and wants their wingers to play with the way that Kuzmenko recognizes the game and produces and looks to generate offense and puck touches. It feels like a round peg in a square hole. And, how does it get fixed? I don't know, but I do know this, if he's going to make one mistake and sit the entire third period and he's going to take up $5.5 million on your books, and this is a chance to go into the playoffs with a contending team, like, can you afford to have $5.5 million that we know for sure will not play late in a close game in the playoffs? That to me is the quandary. And, how does this get fixed? I don't know, but it feels like the club's probably going to need to find a way to reallocate that cap space the way they did with Beauvillier. Except it's not going to be easy because Kuzmenko has an extra year of term on that deal.